HooHooHooRobin.
Pete in New York, go ahead.
Hey guys, how you doing this morning?
All right, Pete.
I want to talk. I want to ask this unfunny spick. Why you not talking about what Rogan said about you, man? Why you not defending yourself?
What do I need to defend?
Hey Ned, this guy was on the air talking about you, saying you steal people's material. And
Wait a minute. Just so you know, did he tell you? Did he tell you what joke I stole?
He was on. Yeah, he was.
Did he say what joke I stole?
Look, I'm not him.
Well, then I'll tell you this.
You're not defending yourself against what this guy said.
Because you don't have to. He didn't tell you what joke I stole.
You're on the air being unfunny. Nobody's laughing at your dumb shit. Why don't you talk about what happened and defend yourself instead of being a stupid, dumb, unfunny spick, you fucking asshole?
Because wow. Because he never said what I stole.
Well, we got some quick clips that we could go through it real fast.
You don't have to. See, the whole thing is, had he come up here and said, hey, this is the joke he stole, I'd say, listen, I did that joke, but for all the people that have any interest in this, I record every single set that I do. So like this weekend, when I'm at the club, I'll actually record every show. So from 1996 up until now, I've recorded pretty much every single set. So if anybody actually wants to see my material since then, go to carlosmencia.com, go to the page where you can purchase the albums, type in a date where I performed, and you can actually get an archived copy of anything you want. But until somebody says, this is a joke he stole, why would I even want to get into it?
Yeah, that was one of Rogan's points of contention, is the thievery.
Well, he accused me of stealing, and he accused, what's his name, of stealing. What's that other comic? Dane Cook.
Oh, Dane, okay.
But with Dane, he gave you an example. He said he stole my joke about animals fucking and he turned it into hippos. That's exactly what he did. Now, when somebody steals your shit, you go, hey, this is the fucking joke he stole.
Yeah.
He said, I claim I'm Mexican. Read my bio. I've never said I'm Mexican. I said my mom's Mexican. I grew up in East L.A. Here's the joke. So for everybody that hasn't heard it at some point in time, here's how the joke goes. I was born in Honduras. My mom's Mexican. My dad's from Central America. I grew up in East L.A. where no matter what I say, no matter what I do, I'm Mexican. White people, wherever you go in America, you're still white. When I go to Miami, I'm Cuban. When I go to New York, what am I? The audience goes Puerto Rican, and I go, fuck you motherfuckers. That's the joke.
Right.
I've been doing it forever. I've never lied. People know my name's Ned. I don't care. That's like it's an attack. Ooh, Ned. Ooh.
I want to hear the audio though now.
Ooh, Ned.
I know, right?
It's just a quick clip. He's claiming that you're a fake Mexican. It'll make for interesting radio. Play that. Play it right here. This is Joe Rogan.
Mencia claims to be Mexican. His name isn't even really Carlos Mencia. That's a fake name. His real ethnicity is he's half German and half Honduran.
Look at my face.
German?
Yeah, look at my face. Doesn't it say Hofbrau?
This is real. This is all real.
I
didn't know that.
Invented the name Carlos Mencia.
I'm going to a Nazi rally just so they can accept me for the German that I am.
So
by the way, stop that. Stop that right there. And see the guy, see, that's my point. This motherfucking guy calls in saying, defend yourself, calling me a fucking spick. Defend me from what? You just fucking defended me. You called me a spick. I can't be a fucking kraut if I'm a spick. What am I, a Beaner Schnitzel?
Where did the German...
It's fucking retarded.
Where does the German thing
come from?
Because you don't look German.
That's my point,
and that's what I usually do. You look this, you look... You know.
Right, my great-grandfather was born in the Cayman Islands, and I checked his last name, and it comes from Germany. But I don't know anybody that comes from Germany. So that's where that comes from.
Great grandfather, huh?
His name was
Adolf Hitler, wasn't it? I knew it.
It was actually Eichmann. But
well, the one thing I want to say, man, is I'm in the entertainment business. I mean, people change their names all the time.
I know, that's my point.
For show business. It's like how many people have like grown up, you know, and they've changed their name when they became famous or right before.
That's why it's not anything I need to defend.
All right, Gerhard Hoey. Something you're hiding in your past?
Yeah. You need to defend yourself. My defense is my website. Go read it. It actually tells you that my father's name is Roberto Holness, my mom's Magdalena Mencia. It tells you everything you need to know. Just go there.
This is too much fun. Let's finish the clip.
Name is Ned Holness. Ned. This is real.
Wow.
This is all real. Mitzi Shore
invented
the name Carlos Mencia to ingratiate him with the Latino community of Los Angeles. So this fucking retard.
Name is Ned?
Yeah, his name is Ned. Yeah. He's got a fake name. I mean, this guy's so fucking stupid. His whole reasoning for why people call him a thief is that they're jealous. They're jealous of him. This fake fucking Mexican living this fake life, stealing people's material.
All right, that's the
Wow.
That's pretty much the gist of the you're a fake Mexican.
Poor guy.
That was.
And you know what sucks?
We like being in the middle of this. I'm not gonna lie to you. It makes for great radio.
Yeah, I think he's funny. That's what sucks.
I love Rogan.
I've never said
funny.
anything. I've never said anything bad about him or his comedy. I have no idea where all this shit comes from.
Where does it? You don't know like where it comes from?
Honestly, dude, look, go to my webpage and click on my bio, and the first thing it tells you is everything that he laid out about that shit. Now, why would somebody like attack somebody on some shit that's right there? I cannot tell you. The only thing I've ever been able to come up with is jealousy.
No, you got to put in it's nedgerbils.com.
Yeah.
His
Gerber. Sauerkraut schnitzel. I want to go to a Hofbrau now, though. See if they'll accept me for the German that I am.
You got
I really
some in
do.
ya.
Dude, hey, it's October, man. Oktoberfest is coming around the corner.
They picked up Mind of Mencia for next year, right?
Yeah.
We're
up
should
for
do a
another year.
German thing, man. That'd be hilarious.
See, but it's only
the whole thing is like some people think I'm German. Well, let's see what the German culture is all about.
It's not like it's not there. It's not out there enough. You know what I mean? Like if this was like a huge thing. As a matter of fact, you know what would be great? I changed my name. Mitzi was the one that said. But if you ever want to know why I changed my name, actually get a copy of my first HBO special. My accent from East LA was unmistakable at the time, dude. I mean, it was so thick that Ned just did not apply to the fuck. There's an actual joke where I talk about Jeffrey Dahmer, and I say they didn't find any penises in his house, and I said, you don't eat the dick, but I quote, this is exactly how I said it. You don't eat the dick! It's that bad, dude. I swear to God. So Mitzi was like, Ned, what the fuck kind of name is that? And I was like, that's my name. And she's like, you got to change it to something more ethnic. You're way too much of a beaner. And so I said, my real last name is Mencia, and I got an uncle named Carlos. And that's how it started. But to be honest with you, my dream would be that this gets so huge that I could actually change my name back to Ned, so people would know me, like, for my real name.
Yeah.
That'll never happen.
That's actually funny, though, to be the way you are and come out and say, hi, I'm Ned. I mean, I think that's hysterical.
Well, now it is, because I'm,
How about Carlos Mellencamp Mencia? Just to get people used to it.
Can I get the Cougar? I want Cougar first. I want Cougar. And then I'll get rid of it'll be Carlos Ned Cougar Mencia. Why can't it be Cougar? Because that's not Mexican enough. Chihuahua. They get a beaner animal in there.
Well, obviously there's something going on that we like. I don't know how it started. You apparently don't know how it started.
I used to be really good friends with Joe.
Now
we used to go work out together. We used to hang out together. And then he started hanging out with at other comedy clubs. And then George, who fucking hates me. You know what I mean? But with George Lopez, here's a guy who last week actually said, I don't want to see any Hispanic comedians succeed except for me. That's how sick this fucking thing gets. Like, he would say some shit like that. That made me cry, dude. I mean, not because of me personally, but, dude, when you're the only fucking beaner on network television, and there's, fucking thousands of young guys trying to be you, there's Pablo Francisco's, there's Gabriel Iglesias, there's all these young kids that, emulate you, that want to be like you, and you fucking tell them to their face, I don't want you to succeed because you're Hispanic. He's
like the El Howard Osterno of the Spanish community.
but you guys know what that's like.
HooHooRobin. They are ripping me off.
Tell them, Frederico.
Tell them, Frederico, would you please? Tell them.
So I don't know where it comes from. And I've tried really hard to be like really cool and nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
I really have. But last week when we were just talking about comics and this guy goes, oh yeah, he was in here a couple months ago and he said something bad about you, and I was like, fuck, man.
One other thing he said was that you were walking around watching his act.
Of course, I watch comics when I'm at the Comedy Store. That's what I do.
But then you had turned it around as if he was walking around watching you.
Well, he has to watch my act. He has to watch my act, or if he doesn't watch my act, how does he know I steal?
I don't know. I'm just throwing out what was said.
That's my
He
point.
says he's got on video
Yeah.
when you were saying that he was watching your act that he actually had left. Like, really quickly. He barely saw.
I know
any
he
of it.
has me on videotape.
And he says the reason he says that you're ripping off people's act is because it's something that's known all around the LA comedy community.
Whatever. Quote the joke. He didn't. That's it. He was pissed off in here. Dude, he was mad.
Hey, grab track 2.
He was actually pissed off. This motherfucker. He actually called me a fat fuck, I think.
Yeah,
you know what, though? He's an animal.
Yeah. Isn't he?
Oh, my God.
That's why I don't want to fuck. He's huge, dude. I could put you in a head. He'll fucking kick my ass.
You ever seen with that, like, extreme fighting shit and, like...
That's why
he is so scary.
That's why I'm going to take Joe Rogan's side.
You fucking fag. You fucking fag.
Because I like my life. No, it's just
it's all right. But hey, one phone call. Rogan's side because I like my life and he might not pass the test.
I don't know your fighting resume. I know his.
But I don't need a fighting resume. I got Puerto Rican backup here.
Oh, all right, wait. Well, let me think. Let me think about this now.
See, right here, I could say, mi gente latina, un güero me está jodiendo. Vengan acá. I'm telling you.
Called in an attack.
I'm just telling you right now, dude.
Here come the low
You guys are gonna get phone calls.
He's got sleeper cells.
Right now they're going, wake up, wake up.
Right now, if you listen closer, you could hear the click of 100 switchblades.
All right,
wake up! We have heard finally the sound of action.
Here's another clip. Here's another clip of Joe Rogan.
So my cameraman happened to be there the day Carlos
okay.
claims that I was watching him from the stage, and instead what we have is me on stage and him watching me, pacing around the room, watching me. The guy imitates everyone, including me, all the time. He steals from everyone, whether it's George Lopez or Paul Mooney or old Richard Pryor albums. The guy's a fucking idiot, and all he does is rehash other people's shit or rewrite other people's shit. You know, you do a joke about going to the fucking zoo, whatever it is, and if it kills, he'll do a joke about going to the zoo and just rewrite your shit. He's a weak-minded fucking simpleton, and he doesn't know that people know he's a weak-minded simpleton.
Hey, it's getting uncomfortable in here.
Oh my God!
That's, by the way,
Kick up the AC a little.
one of my most sought-after bits. My going to the zoo bit. It's famous around the country. No, it really is. Call people up and ask them, hey, what's Carlos's #1 bit? It's not putting the stocking over my head and pulling it back. It's not the Asian thing or the whole. It's when he went to the zoo. Holy shit. That fucking bit about going to the zoo was hellacious. Get the fuck out of here.
The thing that fascinates me about this whole situation
is
it's so personal that I can't see this.
Let's get one thing. I have not talked shit about the guy. I've never said anything personal about him. I never will. I don't feel the need to demean other guys in our industry.
Fair enough. I haven't heard you ever attack the guy personally.
Right.
But there is such this personal thing that he has that he's made that he's vocalized toward you.
Right.
Like wow, that was very personal.
Yeah. I don't know what, dude, I swear to God, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And by the way, he'll tell you that we were at the Comedy Store at the same time. Obviously, the evidence is there. Mm-hmm. He's never come up to me and said, hey, man, I got a fucking problem with you. You do this, you do that. I would address it.
I don't think any comics do that. You're all a bunch of motherfuckers.
No. I actually got an email from a guy in Boston that says, I'm doing this joke, and somebody says it's like a joke you did. And I read the joke, and I said, no, it's not. Go ahead and do it. But the guy sent me an email because someone said that's an Adam Ferrara joke.
It was my email.
It was you?
Yeah. It was my Bob Ross painting bit, you son of a bitch.
You bastard.
1988.
1988.
You stole my Bob Ross painting bit.
And gave it on the couch.
And gave it away.
This is a true story, actually.
What?
There's a little something going on between these two.
No, we were
listen to this.
We were sitting on the couch.
You're sitting around one of those afternoons drinking.
Call him a fat fuck.
You fat fuck. You are a simpleton motherfucker.
My real name is Ned.
You fake Italian.
You
pasta eating motherfucker. You really don't like calzones.
Yeah, you're not Latino and he's not Italian. Hello. Tell this
His name's
story.
Adam Hindenburg, isn't it? we're just hanging around, and Bob Ross, we used to watch Bob Ross paint, and but he was telling some story one day, and I found it fascinating about how he paints these nice, happy trees and scenes now because he saw a lot of bad things when he was in Vietnam.
Right.
So I just got the idea that it was hysterical that this guy was in Vietnam and he's got his little afro and he's painting happy scenes and rabbits and stuff, when in the Nam, he's probably in the shit, you know, Charlie in the bushes, and it would be funny to see him have a Vietnam flashback as he's painting these things instead of a happy tree. And there, we put a little Agent Orange on the picture. And what's in the tree? A happy rabbit? No, that's Charlie. Okay, now we gotta set fire to the hooch over here in the corner. And it just kind of was one of those things. And we were hanging out, and Adam just started getting rolling in comedy.
Still doing open mic nights.
And wanted to do the bit. I was like, fine, take it. You know, where's my outlet? The tin knockers on the job site I was going to that day. So he takes it, and that was the end of it. Until I turn on SNL one night, and who was on there? What was his name?
No, it was Joey Cola.
Joey Cola.
Yeah.
Was on Saturday Night Live.
He was?
Yeah.
When did Joey do Saturday Night Live?
He was on SNL one night because I was watching it, and he was one of the comedy guests that came out. I think it might have been one of those nights they had to throw someone off, and he was like there, so they put him on.
Right.
And I'm watching, and I see Bobby start doing my bit to a T. Not even one of those, it might be the zoo bit, it might not be the zoo bit, you know, your famous zoo bit.
Yeah, it's incredible. You've heard it.
Right.
It's amazing.
It wasn't even that. It was the same lines and everything, and I'm like, oh, my dear sweet Christ, he's doing my bit. So I called up Adam, and I asked him, and you're already laughing, saying, oh, I traded him for some other bit. You told me that you talked to him and traded him a bit.
No, I didn't.
You were told.
What is it? I'll give you a bit for a scooter?
Got him, need him. Got him.
Sunday night, I should try out the bit. Joey was up before me doing a Bob Ross painter bit. Joey was an established comic. I was an open micer. I'm like, well, fuck, I can't do the same premise. No one's going to believe that, you know, no one knows Anthony Cumia from the couch.
That's
so
right.
I said, look, I got this other bit. He goes, do it. He goes, well, I've been doing this for a while. I said, all right, because my bit was about him being in Vietnam. And he goes,
see, because no one knew he was in Vietnam.
Well, yeah, but he was doing the painter bit, so that's how Joey did it. But I never gave him
Everyone
the
did a
words.
Bob Ross painter bit. But mine was the idea of bringing him to Vietnam.
That's what I said. That's the
Joey best part. That's what you gave him. Everyone was going happy trees, happy trees. No one was going, look, Charlie.
You're watching a 25-year relationship break up in front of your eyes. They've been friends for 25 years.
Fucking ignorant motherfucker.
Ignorant
fuck simpleton.
You
ripped
German
me off.
Nazi cocksucker.
You're not even really Italian.
You anti-Semitic freak.
You did that fucking Olive Garden commercial. You're not a real Italian.
Yeah?
Hospitaliano. What does that even fucking mean?
You were in a band called As Is that covered a Cat Stevens song.
What? All right. Now you've gone too far.
Now
this is personal.
Now you're going to throw down.
What? What's that Stevens song?
Oh, which one did we cover?
Wild
what was
World.
that? Wild World.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Oh, it was awful.
I wish I had an answer for you guys. I really do. I really do wish I had an answer for you guys.
And
don't.
his other big point, and this is one that now I got to come out and say I agree. I agree with Joe Rogan on this one.
Yes.
The Punisher.
That wasn't me, though.
You absolutely
hold on.
gave yourself the name The
No,
Punisher.
I did not.
Hold on,
I did
stop
not.
it. Hold on, let's play the clip. It's
All
really,
right.
it's
Did
really
not.
short.
Okay.
You fucking asshole. You asshole.
Wait, we'll get into it. Here's Joe Rogan.
First of all, nobody calls that guy the Punisher. They call him the phony Mexican, or they call him Carlos Mencia. That's all anybody calls him. If you go to the comedy store, that's what you hear. Oh, dude, the phony Mexican's here. Or Carlos Mencia's here. And what
phony
happens,
Mexican.
everybody gets nervous because Carlos sits in the back of the room with a fucking tape recorder and watches people's sets.
Wow, with a tape recorder. At least give me credit for learning your shit, dude. At least, come on, guy. I'm not going to go in there with a tape recorder. I'm better than that. I mean, I didn't cross the border by telling them I'm crossing on this day at this time.
Wouldn't
You
that
gotta
be great
sneak in.
if you brought in a court stenographer to sit in front of the stage
That's what I
and
would
just
do.
take down everybody's act?
That would be really
That would be fucking
Holy
hilarious.
shit.
No.
Now, The Punisher. Who gave you the name The Punisher?
It was the comedians, and it's a fun name to have. And
Now
put on
that's
t-shirts
something.
and stuff.
Now Joe is saying that comics are such self-centered dickwads. They don't want anyone to sound cooler than they are, or
Except-
that they portray them.
Except when you have a TV show and you can give them work.
Those are the people that are calling you the Punisher?
No. I'm saying once you have a TV show, young comics don't talk shit about you anymore. Like, I'll give you an example. There were 4 comedians that told me the story about what happened. 4 comedians, and I called each of them up, and they were like, please don't involve us in this shit, dude. Please don't get us involved in this shit. Do not mention my fucking name. Just fucking please do not, because they're scared, because somebody can give them a job. So you couldn't get a young comic that might think any comic could give them a job to talk shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna shoot themselves in the foot.
No,
So
I
they would never do
haven't
that.
heard Carlos Mencia, and I haven't heard
That was pretty funny,
the
though.
phony Mexican. Like, you're sitting there with a drawn-on big mustache and like one of those big sombrero from Sears. Like, just everything looks fake.
An inflatable donkey.
And I walk on
is that
stage
great?
going, bring the women to me. I will rape and pillage the village.
That's my favorite, is the phony Mexican.
Got a poncho on.
But the Punisher is too cool a name
Yeah,
for
but that's why.
anyone to have.
But that's why I put it on hats and stuff. When they
motherfucker.
introduced me, the Punisher of comedy, I swear to God, it's the funniest shit ever. And the hats, the Punisher hats,
Yeah.
big sellers. Big money
Of
makers
course. Do you
for me.
understand there was a movie out and a comic book named The Punisher?
No, but it's not the Punisher, it's Punisher. It's not actually protected.
Jesus Christ, are you kidding me?
I swear to God,
The
dude.
Punisher isn't
the Punisher,
Punisher.
but Punisher different.
Son
yeah.
of a bitch.
And I spell it like a beaner, so there's a couple of letters missing. it's
I just cannot get past the fact that it's too cool a nickname. People give other people nicknames. Stinky, fatso,
I got hard on
asshole,
when I heard it.
douchebag. But Punisher is like, God damn.
I got hard on when I heard it.
Yeah?
Yeah, a friend of mine comes up and goes, dude, all those comics just said you're the Punisher. And I went, I'm stealing that one. And I pulled out my tape recorder and went, Punisher. Oh, there it is.
Note to
Punisher.
self, refer to self as Punisher.
That's exactly
Call
what I did.
hat company, start production of merchandise.
Find out what is trademarked.
It was great, dude. It was
God
great.
damn.
I don't know. I wish you know what I'm saying? I wish I could point it out and I could address it. I wish there was like a way to say,
Yeah, it's definitely
hey,
something personal there.
this is that. Maybe it's the Comedy Store. Maybe
You ever
it's-
watch Fear Factor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's a fucked up show.
But I hate, you see, here's what I hate. I hate the fact that, I can't really engage in this, you know what I'm saying? Like, to a certain point, because it's like, there's no reason for it. But
Yeah.
part of me, you know what I mean? Part of me does want to. Part of me is like,
Well, of course.
part of me is like, and then the other part's like, you know what? My mom always taught me, if you ever put somebody down and make yourself better, it's because you're not as good as you think you are, you want to be. And I just kind of go
Raised
back to
in
that.
Switzerland, your mom probably had a lot of wise sayings.
Actually, it wasn't Switzerland. It was France.
Was
we
it
were,
France?
Yeah, we were on our way out of Germany at the
Gotcha.
time.
All right,
And
my
the boots,
mistake.
the boots were marching behind us, and she said, don't
Right.
be a
Carlos,
Hitler
come on,
son.
we're going to France. They're going to surrender. We'll find a nice home.
Yeah, exactly. We'll make some wine.
Now the listeners are saying you did say something bad about Rogan.
Who?
He bashed Rogan on the obscure radio show. You have the audio. He bashed Rogan.
I didn't bash Rogan. I said, he says that I steal. He walks around saying I'm not Mexican. And then when the only thing that could sound bad is when they said, why do you think these comedians do it? And I said, because they're jealous, because I'm funny, because they got nothing on me. That is the only thing that be construed. But that's me just hypothesizing upon why this is going on. Because I have no idea. But I never find the audio where I say Joe Rogan sucks, or that Joe Rogan's not funny, or that Joe Rogan's a piece of shit. Find that, because I never said it.
Well, we will cut up what you just said and make it sound like you're saying that.
And when Joe Rogan comes back to New York, you're in trouble.
Oh, and I know you would, you fucker.
Right,
and then you'll mix it in with the painting. Then all of a sudden I'll be at the zoo painting little pictures of Charlie.
The zoo pitch.
I was at the zoo, and that's Charlie in my painting.
All right, we might have the audio. I don't know. Let's listen to this from the Frank Show in Arizona.
It's true. You're right, actually, Frank. It was Joe Rogan to Dennis Leary, and Dennis Leary actually came out and called him out on it.
Yeah.
And Joe just cowered.
Yeah, why is Joe all of a sudden determined that he's the arbiter of comedy and he's going to put everybody in check?
What's up with Joe? Because I don't know, man. It's insecurities. It's like, look, when I go on stage, okay, this weekend, for example, I'm going on stage with 11 other comics. Okay. We're doing 12,000 seats in LA, 20,000 seats in San Jose, California.
Right.
All right. So we're doing this huge venue. I'm telling you right now that from a competitive standpoint, I want to be the funniest guy on that stage.
Just like
I want to kick everybody's ass.
It's just like everybody in radio that does morning radio. They want to be the funniest show, the most popular show.
Sure. Shut up. It's not about you.
But at the end of the night, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's all about putting the effort forth.
I think the force is with you, Carlos. Don't listen to that Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't really see the.
I never
I haven't heard any
guy.
I have not heard any bad mouthing. No.
But I don't. That's my point, and that's why it's kind of laughable. It's like, I don't know. Whatever.
John from Jersey. Hey, didn't Sam Kinison do the Bob Ross Vietnam bit on HBO about 18 years ago? I don't know.
Did you steal it from him?
I came up with it.
Wait a minute.
18 years ago.
Wait a minute.
He stole it and then accused you of stealing.
You
stole it.
Let me tell you something.
Douchebag.
Unless Sam was at Bob Ross's taping of that fucking show, because I was sitting there when he was doing the Vietnam episode.
Okay.
When he first brought up that he was in Vietnam.
Oh,
that bit was fresh off the griddle.
You flipped it over and turned it into a
That's
pancake.
right.
It was
my
raw batter.
pancake.
It was raw batter before you got it.
All right, let's say hi to Dave in Philly. Dave, what's up?
Hey guys, what's up?
We're talking to the Punisher.
No, Punisher. The Punisher.
The
Straight.
Punisher.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him
Punisher.
sued. I'm sorry.
Punisher Ned.
Punisher in
Ned.
studio. Yes, go ahead, Dave.
Hey, one of what's strange about Joe Rogan is the fact that he says that these giant apes exist, and I went online, did a little research on it, and he's the type of guy that believes everything he reads online.
The Bondo chimp?
Yeah, the Bondo chimp. And do you want to know what? I look at this incident here between him and, I'm on Carlos' side. I really don't feel that, he's doing this shit. And, in this Bondo chimp issue, who? Don't you think that there would have been a recovery?
He's going off on the Bondo chimp thing.
Yeah.
Well, Rogan was in here, and he was talking about the Bondo chimp, some kind of giant chimpanzee.
Yeah.
Kind of link.
The giant ape that does
But
body work.
To Joe Rogan's defense, he had just finished a pot lollipop when he did it. So, it might have been a little iffy on the facts there.
Dave wanted to defend you, and I don't know.
But that's this whole thing about it.
There,
you know what? This is perfect because Rogan got his say, Carlos gets his say, and it's up to whatever.
But for all you guys out there, seriously, that are taking this shit seriously, you need to get a fucking life. I'm being very serious. You need to understand that Carlos Mencia and Joe Rogan are fucking comedians. We tell fucking jokes. We're not curing cancer. We're not uniting the world. We're not getting Jews and Palestinians to come together. We're not getting Puerto Ricans to stop raping chicks in Central Park. We're not doing any of that stuff. We're just telling fucking jokes. Don't take any of this shit so seriously. None of it. I'm serious. Well, Joe Rogan, he said that there's a giant chimp and that's bullshit. It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke.
The capital of South Dakota is Pierre.
I am very offended that you're not playing German shit. You better go in the fucking archives right now and find some German shit to play.
You get a march, damn it.
We'll find a march for you.
I saw Carlos Mencia sitting in the back of the Comedy Store, singing with his buddies with big pewter beer steins, rocking them back and forth in his hand.
Robin,